Good afternoon and welcome to the Blue Line Metals Edge. I'm SUBSRIBE, Chief Market Strategist at Blue Line Futures for Thursday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. And let's get right into it here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to click like and subscribe, help us build out that channel. And then also we do encourage you to go to our website, bluelinefutures.com, register for a free 2-week trial. Not only the Morning Express, but check out some of the other ones we put out on the grains, some of the softs, the livestock, and the FX reports are all very important. They're very important to inflation, where the economy is going, and I think that they provide a lot of benefits here on reading them. Now, looking at the Morning Express this morning, something that I do want to highlight in the report was that in the gold section here, furthermore, decisive action above major 3-star resistance in gold at 1868.40 and silver at 25.17 to 25.22 would be a very bullish sign for added gains to come. So let's look at those couple metals here. So on the gold market, what I'm a little disappointed on, that key resistance level that we've got to close above that was identified, we're not there. We got real close to it. We went through it, but we want to see a settlement above it. We're very close. So what's going on right now? We did have the bonds closed for Veterans Day, so not a lot of action in the interest rates at all. So that might be, we might be pausing before something happens because of today, or some new trend might start tomorrow. I do see a lot of the funds out there, a lot of the guys that I talk to and everything, they're kind of split both ways. Not a lot of people were shorting gold coming into that 1835. They kind of closed those out. We got that move up. They're waiting to see if we're going to extend upwards to that 1900. We might get that on a tailwind, especially if the dollar pulls back just a touch, or we get another inflow of quite a bit of buying here. We're starting to see it in the silver market. It's looking a little bit better than gold here. I still think gold is susceptible to the interest rates. Silver pulling up that chart. Look at that. Taking out yesterday's high and closing on the highs like a boss. So that's really good. I was really impressed by that. I thought that we would maybe be a little bit softer, kind of like gold, or someone would come in. But what I'm starting to see is this trickle buying that goes into the close, into the settlement. Maybe they're thinking tonight in the after hours, we get that explosive move higher. That's why I think that it's really important to have a futures account, a lot besides like a stock account, because you can't do anything if it takes off, especially on the Asian Open. So again, we're starting to see those stochastics push up overbought territory. Does not mean it's overbought, just confirms that we're in a bull trend. We are starting to see, I drew that line here yesterday, the day before, on the ADX. That's starting to turn up. That'll be a strong upward moving chart. So just want to highlight those couple things we're watching. On platinum, again, really constructive here. It didn't close. It's closed above yesterday's high. We want to see that breakout. There's something going on at 1100. There's probably a miner out there that produces platinum. They're probably in there hedging. They're selling futures short, locking in that forward production in case there is a downturn, in case there's another COVID spike, something else, some catalyst, some narrative to try and drive the the assembly plants back offline, or supply chain disruptions continue to go, you'll see platinum come down. So, a lot of that hedging action goes on around these whole round numbers. Now, here's a market that's, I've been wrong on. We picked up a lot on this breakdown here in copper when it went into oversold territory, and then we went down in this channel here. A lot of people that were long copper, two things. Either you bought one contract up here around the 450 area and you were able to add that second one right around 430, brings you an average price right around 442, 441. You were able to get out today at a scratch, or you took a loss, but you got a large, substantial portion of your losses back. So again, I'm not perfect. We're not going to be right on every trade here. So, but I definitely want to identify that. So we could see a situation where copper comes out of this oversold territory, starts to come back up, but we really want to see this ADX would turn higher, MACD would turn higher as well, and then you'd see China start to simmer down on their growth scare, put those Evergrande notices behind us. So those are a couple things that I wanted to point out on the copper market. Now, something people should watch is the currencies, because there's a few big events and big things that have happened here that have kind of changed this narrative. Something you're seeing is that the dollar index is rising and gold is rising with it, which is fairly rare. That only happens during deflation, sometimes stagflation. So, and we're seeing the dollar index here breaking out to the upside, extending on yesterday's gains. So you're going to see this massive unwind on a short position on the dollar index right now. And then similarly, you'll see the euro currency, and we had to wave the white flag on the euro currency as well today. I thought that this area would hold. The problem is that the ECB, extremely dovish right now. So they're talking about not raising rates until like 2023. It's not even on the table. They're still printing money out there. You think the U.S. is fiscally irresponsible. They're at least starting to taper and get things under control and talk about raising rates and map out a plan. The ECB, not even close to that. Those guys are just, they're printing, they're going to hand out more money over there. So you're seeing this breakdown, and I read a report that said that the euro currency could go down to 108 today, and it seems possible. The British pound's another one. They're too interconnected with Europe, and you're seeing they had this dovish Bank of England meeting, this breakdown, and now you're getting an extension downward. So our dollar, the purchasing power is going to go back up, but it's also going to go back up on declining growth. So, and that's why you got that gold market punching out to the upside. So stay tuned. I'll give you guys some more updates. I'll be on TD Ameritrade Network here tomorrow morning and also tomorrow afternoon talking rates, currencies, some of the commodities, and as well the metals, of course. Again, I'm Philip Striebel, Chief Market Strategist at Blue Line Futures. And remember, futures option trading involves risk of loss, may not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.